Hey guys, it's Jay Connor here back with a new video, and today I'm back with my Blu-ray and DVD collection video for 2024, and this is something I think I'm gonna start doing annually, like every year, and I did it last year. And I only have like 2 new additions added since last time. But I'd just like you guys to see all the Blu-rays that I have. So starting off, we have Despicable Me, Minion Madness, 3 mini-movies. Basically, if you want to watch Minions having fun, it's just like fun little shorts from the Despicable Me franchise with the Minions. But then, an actual movie we have next, it's animated. It's Open Season. I have not seen this movie in a long time. And then next we have Facing the Giants. I might have seen this movie like once. Then we have The Outsiders. This movie's such a classic. I've read the book before, but I think the movie's probably better. It used to scare me as a kid, though. Then we have one of my favorites, so get your popcorn ready. The Goonies. I really love this movie so much. Such a childhood classic, one of my favorites. Then we have The Page Master. I just rewatched this movie like a couple weeks ago after not watching it for so long, and it really holds up. Paddington 2, which I could argue is better than the first movie, but I like both movies, and I'm excited for Paddington 3, which is coming out in less than a year in the US, but it's coming out early in the UK. First Paddington. Which I kind of have a sweet spot for, though. And one of the best franchises of all time, we have this like behind the scenes sort of like history lesson of Harry Potter, but then we have the full Blu-ray DVD collection of all 8 Harry Potter movies. Some of the best movies of all time. We'll have Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix on its own DVD. We have Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties. Pretty decent movie. There's a new animated Garfield movie coming out. We'll see how good that is. This time he's gonna be played by Chris Pratt. Gremlins. I really love the Gremlins movies. I'd be down to see a Gremlins 3 someday. I know I've talked about this a couple of times on the channel, but it just has never happened. And recently I watched this movie. Well, it's been like a couple months, but still. Then we have Marley and Me. A movie I forget about sometimes. Diary of a Wimpy Kid Roger Cruise. Some people argue it's better than the first movie, and until you watch all the Diary of a Wimpy Kids. Orphan Tale. A very sad but true story. Then we have The Smurfs 2. The first Smurfs is probably better, honestly. But this one actually, I feel like isn't as bad as some people make it out to be. Then we have a good summer blockbuster, or actually not really a blockbuster, but a good summer movie, The Sandlot. Then we have The Incredibles, which I could argue any day that the second movie is better than the first movie, but most people would say the first movie is better, which I can completely understand. I just think the second movie is better because it's more action-packed and more interesting and more fun-filled. Even though the first movie still has its fun moments. Curious George, the movie of Curious George. This was one of my favorites as a child. The show was good too. But then next we have the Curious George 2, which I thought was just as good. Maybe even better, who knows. Then we have Black Panther, rest in peace Chadwick Boseman. That was definitely one of my saddest passings I've ever felt. Then we have Shang-Chi, a beast of a movie. This movie is so awesome. Probably one of the best Marvel movies of that year. Then we have Iron Man 2. Probably the weakest of the Iron Man movies, but I don't think any of the Iron Man movies are bad, and plus I love Iron Man. Then we have School of Rock. This movie is so amazing, especially if you love rock music like me. Then we have a double feature with The Addams Family and Addams Family Values. The Addams Family movies are so good. If you haven't checked out Wednesday, I definitely would go check out that show. Then we have Wonder, a movie I like to look back on sometimes. Then we have Labyrinth. Sorry, I faced it the wrong way. Such a mid-80s classic. And I heard something about a second Labyrinth being in the makings, but I believe it was canceled, which I'm honestly fine with. Then we have Flight of the Navigator. I love that they have the Beach Boys music in this movie, especially because of the vibe that the movie is going for. Very interesting. Then we have Babe, a movie I'm sure everyone loves, or has seen at some point. At least I hope. Matilda, a 90s movie that I'm sure people have quoted for decades. The Wiz, which is an awesome musical, has some good songs. I could argue that it's better than Wicked. And also there's a Wicked movie coming out. Then probably the one bad movie that we have on DVD is The Nutcracker. This movie's terrible. I have In the Heights. I freaking love this movie. One of my favorite musical films. Then we have The Phantom of the Opera, which this movie is based on the Broadway show. Then we got Newsies, which the movie is not bad, but I think the Broadway musical is actually better. Formals. Dark of the Moon. So I don't know what happened to the quality of the video right there, but that's okay, because I'm telling you what it is anyways. Decent movie, I guess. The Transformers movies are not always the best, but I like the original film fine. Definitely the best of the Transformers movies. Another Transformers movie. This is Revenge of the Fallen. Spirited Away. A movie I saw like a few years ago for my first time, and I thought it was really good. Then we got Milo and Otis. Pretty decent movie. Then we got Peter Pan Return to Neverland. Not as good as the first Peter Pan, of course. Lady and the Tramp. Space Buddies. A movie I loved when I was younger. Short Circuit. This movie surprisingly has a lot of curse words, especially for an old movie. But there were some movies like that back in the day, though. I do love the robot's personality, though. Because of Winn-Dixie. I'm trying to zoom in because the quality isn't very good right now. That's okay. Of course, the original Peter Pan. We got The Blind Side. We got Throw Mama from a Train. This movie is hilarious. Then we got Annie, definitely the best version of the movie. It's the original movie. We got The Wizard of Oz.
I'll kill you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
So that sounded like Doofus and Schmaltz from Phineas and Ferb, but that's okay. I can't always do the best impressions. Anyways, next we got The Greatest Showman. A musical that has pretty good songs, even though it's not my favorite. Then we got a Disney movie that I feel like has been forgotten, sadly, but it's The Aristocats. Super Buddies, which Space Buddies is probably better, but Super Buddies is pretty decent. Jungle Cruise, based on the ride at Disneyland and Disney. A Bug's Life. Lilo and Stitch. I'm gonna now do a speed round, so this video's not too long. Sing. Happy Feet 1 and 2. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Troop Beverly Hills, a movie I've not seen in a while. A Tale of Despereaux. Spirit. Tinkerbell. Maleficent. Bedtime Stories. Okay, the quality's starting to get better again. Finding Dory. Toy Story 4. Aladdin. Muppets Most Wanted. Corduroy, such a sweet movie that I loved as a kid. Okay, the quality is kind of going back down right now, but it will pick back right up, I'm sure of it. The Lion King, and then The Rescuers. And we got 2 new additions added to the family. We've got a double feature collection of the first 2 Ghostbuster movies. Such classics. I love this green cover. I think it's so cool. And I'll be watching this multiple times, I'm sure of it. And I loved Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I can't wait for the new movie Frozen Empire. It's gonna be awesome. And then lastly, we have Elvis. Probably one of the best biopic films of an artist, even though Bohemian Rhapsody is probably my favorite. Anyways, that's it for my Blu-rays and DVDs collection. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. See you guys later. Bye.